What's up, everybody? It's your boy Dallas coming to you with another YouTube video. I hope you're having a great day so far. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about 5 lessons you should take away from Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. All right. But before I get into it, please make sure you subscribe, to the channel so that you can get updates when I post more books, business related content, marketing, all that good jazz in the future. And I would really appreciate it. So let's get right into it. The first lesson you should take away from this book is to pay yourself first. Many of us have bills and obligations because, most of us are adults. And it can become easy to basically pay everybody else, right? The government, our utilities, our cell phone bill, and to neglect ourselves, our earnings, right? And how much we get to keep, right? So this concept comes from a book called Richest Man in Babylon by George Clason, which is one of my favorite books of all time. I've read the book like 6 times. And the idea is that basically, I don't want to butcher the story, but there was this man who was teaching. I really wish I knew the names, but he was teaching like this young guy or whatever how to grow his wealth, right? And basically, I really should have researched the story beforehand. But here's what he says. He says, I became a wealthy man, or I started becoming a wealthy man when I realized that a part of all I earn is mine to keep, right? And the man who wasn't wealthy yet was like, well, hey, I'm already doing that, right? And he's like, you fool, you're actually paying to everybody but yourself. So the important thing here is to realize that paying yourself first it's an easy concept and it sounds good, but it's kind of challenging to apply in life, especially when life has ups and downs and things change, right? And the bills come and the money's gone before you have a chance to really count it or enjoy it. So in this particular case, right, when you start by paying yourself first and you build the habit of doing so, then what you end up, creating over a year or 2 years is an asset column with so much income that you are able to take care of all your bills and have excess income. But you can't do that until you develop like the very fundamental habit of paying yourself first. I will be honest, some months I don't hit the 10%. Like I come a little short, but I really have 10% as my initial goal, and I want to exceed that goal sooner than later. So the important thing here is you got to pay yourself first. A percentage of all you earn is yours to keep. The second thing is understanding like his definition. I'm talking about Robert Kiyosaki, his definition of an asset. So his definition are assets put more income in your pocket. Traditionally, if you were like working like with an accountant or something, they were just trying to figure out like how much you own and you're doing like a net worth balance sheet or whatever. You would count your car, probably your computer, your house, clothes, all these things as assets, right? In that particular example. But with Robert Kiyosaki, with Rich Dad, Poor Dad, none of those items will be assets because unless you're selling your clothes or renting them. If you're renting clothes, that'd be actually pretty dope. I never thought about that before, like tuxedo rental or something like that. Then your clothes are assets. They are putting money in your pocket. If you own a car and you're renting out your car, then your car is putting money in your pocket. But if you're not renting out your car, if you're not using your car to directly, let's say, so not using your car to directly make income, but your car is making income. Do you understand? Like your house, right? It's like you could say, well, I work from home, so my home is an asset. It's like, no, that's not the case. Like, unless people are staying, like renting out rooms in your house and you're making income from your house, then it is an asset. So with that being said, it's just very important to understand, like, in order to build wealth, it's simple. The idea is simple. The application is kind of challenging, but the idea is simple. Build more assets because assets put more money in your pocket. All right, cool. The third thing you must do, or the lesson that you must take from this book, is to develop your financial intelligence. And financial intelligence is made of 4 key skills: accounting, investing, understanding markets, and understanding the law. 4. All right. So with that being said, how do you do this? You read more books, you learn about investing, you just really become a sponge to the financial industry. I mean, you don't have to learn everything about finances, but you really should just keep reading and keep growing and keep taking risks. You know, if you're a little bit younger, if you're around my age or maybe a little bit older, I mean, honestly, it really ain't too late to take risks, because like we see the other route. The other route is comfort zone, no risk, no real growth, and kind of depending on the stock market, you know, or the real estate market, which is a great market, by the way. Robert talks about using the real estate market, but not in like a way that like a retail investor would buy stocks or like REITs. But he's talking about like being an active investor, like finding deals like for pennies on the dollar and things of that nature. But you can only buy real estate at that level once you've trained your financial intelligence to see those type of opportunities in your market. You know, once you've read the books that make it possible for you to understand how people are making money in this manner. You cannot do that until you develop your financial intelligence. All right. Number 4 is to mind your business. And what this means is, in the book, right? So Robert says, you know, my job and my business are actually two different things. If you go to a networking event, you know, you're kicking it, you're cool, and you say, well, what do you do? And they say, well, actually, I'm a dentist, right? Or I work in IT, and that's it. But when you're minding your business, you say, well, I work in IT, and I also have a landscaping business. Or I'm a realtor, but I also do marketing, right? So having your own business that's separate from your job is crucial, because you don't want to be too dependent on your employer. Even if they're a great employer, you want to have multiple income streams, multiple assets, paying the bills, putting money in your pocket on a monthly basis. All right. And that comes from month after month, year after year, just building up that asset column, keeping liabilities low, and staying diligent by learning as much as you can about what new assets and opportunities are available to you. But you want to make sure you're minding your own business. You want to likely start your own corporation. I'm not saying immediately, but once you learn everything you can about corporations, you surround yourself with some smart people who also have their own corporations, you will more than likely end up owning some form of corporation for, you know, that number 4 part of the financial intelligence, which would be the tax treatment, the law, because corporations are taxed a lot differently than employees. The fifth lesson you want to get from this book is to invent money. And I'm still working on this. This is interesting, right? Because he says that rich people don't work for money, they actually invent money. And what it is it takes a certain set of eyes, right, that you're trained to see, because like all these opportunities are actually available now. But the reason why we don't understand them or can't see them is because we haven't trained our mind and our eyes to see gold right in front of us. And the wealthy do that. The wealthy don't work for money. They use their brain, you know, their noggin, to create amazing opportunities, win-win situations for parties involved, and to bring income to the table where there wasn't originally income. So I'm still working on that, but I think it's a great idea. I hope you got something from this video. If you did, please give a thumbs up. Also, comment, let me know what you think, what I could work on. I really appreciate it. Subscribe for more content like this. Hit that notification bell, and I will be back with more. Have a nice day. Peace.